Hi folks, I'm Nick. Welcome back to my channel Funimation. In this video we gonna see the journey of copy ninja Kakashi Hatake. So let's start the story without wasting time. Chapter 1 Reborn as Kakashi. Silver white long hair, black cloth mask, Konoha headband at his left eye. Is this Hatake Kakashi? During the night, a thin teenager was shocked when he looks at the mirror. What happened? How did I become Kakashi? With the shocked face, the boy muttered. After a while, a burst of memory came up, that made the boy groan and then he faint. Only after the while the boy woke up, the boy shook his head that still hurting a bit then climbed up and sat down on the floor. Look at all around the obvious Japanese-style bedroom, the boy's corner of the mouth could not help but flash a bitter smile. Look at the window outside, a little boy sighed. The attack of Kuhubite. The death of Yondaime. And then there is the death of his last teammate, Obito and Rin. This is Naruto world, and he became Hatake Kakashi, the man with a lot of tragedy in his life. After losing his father for the first time, he lost his best friend Obito and then he also killed his friend, Rin. Today, he lost his teacher, Minato. Perhaps it is the huge fluctuations in emotions that make the soul from Earth occupy Kakashi's body. But Kakashi's soul didn't dissipate, but it was merged with this soul from Earth, and it was because of this thing the boy fainted at the first time. Kakashi licked the silver white hair, and looked at himself in the mirror, sighing in a sigh of relief, saying, "At least I'm okay now." It was midnight, and it was the first night after the Kuhubite attack. The entire Konoha was silent, and both the villagers and the shinobi were too tired. In addition to the necessary precautions, others have already entered a dream. Tomorrow is the funeral of the deceased, including the youngest Hokage in Konoha history, also the teacher of Kakashi, Namikaze Minato. Perhaps it is influenced by Kakashi's residual consciousness, and the boy feels very depressed. After sighing for a bit, the young boy stood up and walked to his bed, sitting on it. The boy's eyes have some confusion in it. Konoha ninja, Kakashi of the Sharingan. Perhaps in the early days, Kakashi's power is not bad, but in the later period, especially in the Fourth Great Ninja War, Kakashi played a smaller and smaller role, except for fighting with Obito, the rest of thing he didn't do anything worthwhile. In the end, he can only help after he got another Sharingan from Obito. Moreover, Kakashi has also died once, after exhausting his chakra in the fight against Pain, if not because of Naruto convincing Nagato to believing in him and his outer path, some sort of heavenly life technique, Kakashi won't be alive. But Kakashi is a character called genius. At the age of 12 he became a Jonin, and make the record of youngest Jonin of Konoha. But after that, he didn't get any good achievement. How did it become like this? Some people say that Kakashi's growth became so slow after Yondaime's death that he couldn't keep up with the main character in the later stages. When Yondaime died, Kakashi was only 13 or 14 years old. It was the best period of time to get power growth of shinobi like him. After remember how much Naruto and Sasuke powers at 13-16 years old. How terrifying is the growth of their power, they become very strong, get to cage level, and finally beyond cage level, became the strongest people in the Naruto world. It can be seen that Kakashi wasn't working hard himself when it's the best time for his growth because of the death of the people around him, so that when he tried to work hard, it was too late, although there was progress, but there was no great leap in his strength. When Kakashi thought of it, he sorted out his thoughts. He looks kind of skinny, but his body actually full of explosive power. Kakashi knows that this world is very dangerous, so he must work hard to survive. Fortunately, he doesn't need to start training from scratch. Original Kakashi's body quality and ninjutsu are all there. As long as he is familiar with the body, he would have enough strength for now. The strength of a Jonin. Kakashi is now just 14 years old. Naruto was just born, so he still got 12 years until the beginning of the plot. and 17 years from the final battle against Kaguya. Kakashi clenched his fist, secretly thought, 17 years, although the time is still very long, but I still have to hurry. The Kakashi's strength of originally is still very good. No matter the taijutsu, genjutsu, and ninjutsu are excellent, plus the excellent mind, it can be said that he is a very talented character. Kakashi is best known for his sharingan, which claims to be able to copy every enemy jutsu. Many people think that Kakashi is strong because of the sharingan. In fact, this is actually not true. It is true that Kakashi with sharingan has made great achievements, but on the other hand, sharingan also limits the growth of Kakashi. Kakashi is genius, his talent is outstanding, if it is not the constraints of sharingan, and maybe he can grow to stronger. Some people say that Kakashi has low chakra reserve, he always say that he almost out of the chakra every time. But is Kakashi's chakra reserve really low? Actually, Kakashi's chakra reserve is quite a lot, and the reason why he always almost out of chakra is because of sharingan. Kakashi, who is not an Uchiha family, has a large limitation on using sharingan. One is that sharingan cannot be closed, causing it to consume chakra all the time. Second, when using sharingan, his chakra's consumption is intensified, and even when overused, it also damaging to his own body. That's why Kakashi faints when he often runs out of chakra. If Kakashi do not have sharingan, his total amount of chakra reserve maybe is able to match Sandaime Hokage chakra reserve. This is not without basis. In the official data, chakra reserve of Sandaime Hokage and Kakashi are the same. Therefore, Kakashi's total amount of chakra is huge. It can be seen how serious the sharingan restrictions on Kakashi's chakra. Therefore, in order to develop Kakashi's strength, he needs to remove the restrictions of sharingan, and the other is to increase the amount of his chakra. Kakashi caressed his left eye and was able to feel the heat in his eyes. Kakashi can feel that sharingan is slowly consuming his own chakra, although not much, but it is consumed all the time. Kakashi opened his forehead protector and saw a scar from slashing knife running through the eyelids. The eyes were scarlet, and the black three tomoe slowly rotated. This is sharingan, known as the one of three great dojutsu in Naruto world. This I can only used perfectly by Uchiha, and for others they will get some side effect. Kakashi is easily exhausted. Danzo used a bunch of sharingan at his body. He only able to use it for Izanami, and he need Hashirama cell to be able to use that much sharingan. The more powerful something is, the more people need something to control it. Chapter 2 Funeral. In the morning, the first sun shines on the window in Kakashi's house, and a pale-looking boy stands quietly. Kakashi, who had not slept overnight, put on black clothes, tied the forehead protector on his head, and went out. At the ruined street of Konoha village, people walking, everyone wearing a black cloth, holding white flowers for the memorial. The shine of sunlight made Kakashi somewhat uncomfortable, his silvery eyebrows wrinkled, and he's still not accustomed to using only one eye. Coupled with the tiredness of not sleeping all night, Kakashi suddenly felt dizzy and his body was shaking. Kakashi, what's wrong with you? At this time, a man's hands held the almost fainting Kakashi, and a rough voice came. Kakashi looked back and saw a bowl-style cut hair appearing in front of his teen. In front of him is wearing green tight clothes, with bowl-style cut hair, thick eyebrows, and the identity of the person in front of his eyes is Might Guy. Ah, Guy, I'm fine. Kakashi said, breaking free of Guy's hand and standing straight. Guy frowned, said, Kakashi, your face looks very bad. Ah, it's okay, I'm just a little tired. Guy sighed and said, Kakashi, my eternal rival, let's race to see who get to the funeral scene first. Kakashi glanced at Guy and said, sorry, Guy, I don't want a match today. Kakashi, let's feel the youth. Guy said with burst of flame in his eyes. Kakashi smiled and said, Guy, I am fine, today's youth, let's put it down. for the time being we should walk to the funeral." Guy just smiled and said, "Well Kakashi, you don't seem to bring some white flowers." Kakashi just remembered that he really did not prepare it. Guy took 2 white flowers from behind and handed it to Kakashi. "Take it, I know you will forget to prepare." Kakashi took it and his heart was warm. The 2 of them chatted while walking, and soon came to the funeral. In the middle of the funeral, there is a photo. On the photo, a gentleman is laughing, with golden hair, like a sun. This is the Yondaime Hokage in the village of Konoha, the fastest shinobi that got the nickname Yellow Flash that makes the enemy stunned. The youngest genius Hokage in history has now become history. Kakashi was feeling sad for a while. Guy on the side said at this time, "Kakashi, Yondaime-sama guarded the village with his own lives, he is a great hero." "Yeah, that's right. Kakashi, one day, I want to die like a hero." Kakashi turned his head and looked at this funny man. At this moment, his face was not as stupid as usual, but the serious and solemnity he had never seen before. "Guy, I hope that you can always be safe, not to die like this." "Kakashi, you know that shinobi doesn't have long age." "Ah, but I hope that you don't die in front of me. If you want to sacrifice yourself like a hero, please die after me. I don't want to attend your funeral." "Kakashi, you." At this time, an elderly old man came over and said, "Kakashi, Guy." Kakashi and Guy Dark said, "Sandaime-sama." Wearing the Hokage robe, he is Sandaime Hokage, Hiruzan Sorotobi. "Sandaime, Kakashi, you have become a little different." Kakashi just stay silent. Sandaime sighed and said, "As long as there are leaves flying, the fire will burn. The shadow of the fire will shine on the village, and let the new leaves sprout. When you want to protect the most treasured people, then shinobi real strength will show up." "Kakashi, do you understand?" "I understand, but I don't want people I cherish to die in front of me, especially to protect me." "Then you need to be strong, and strong enough to protect everything. Use your heart to cherish your companions and your power to protect them." Kakashi glanced, and then seriously said, "I will, Sandaime-sama." Sandaime nodded, then said, "Go, it's time to go." "Okay. Guy, let's go." Kakashi finished, and then went into the cemetery. "Oh, Kakashi, wait for me." Guy reacted and followed Kakashi to the cemetery. The funeral lasted for 1 day, and in the evening, Kakashi dragged his tired body back to his home. Kakashi also lives in the house of the Hatake clan, where his father Konoha White Fang was living, and has not moved out. After losing his father, the home became a little empty. Lying in the bed at home, Kakashi touched the left eye. Sharingan's warmth has not stopped. Kakashi just feeling helpless, then secretly thought, this Sharingan consumes stamina and chakra all the time. No wonder the original Kakashi can't stand the long-term battle. Is there any way to solve this problem? Kakashi in original work never solve it. A large part of the reason is that Sharingan has the will of Obito and he can't just remove it. But now that I'm leading, naturally I can't leave such a constraint. Kakashi touched his chin and thought about it. Suddenly, his eyes lit up. Maybe sealing it when I don't have to use Sharingan will solve the problem. But sealing? It seems that there is no such thing in Kakashi's memory. If Minato-sensei is still there, I can ask him, but now. Kakashi sighed, but feel that nothing could be done about it. Although seals are hard to find, Kakashi still has a way to get it. First of all, although the Hatake clan only got Kakashi now, the inheritance of the family is still there. There must be a lot of thing there. Although he doesn't knows if there is anything about seals in there. There's still Minato's wife, Uzumaki Kashina's knowledge of seal. There is no one in the village that be able to beat her knowledge about seal. Minato knowledge about seal must be from her too. Although Minato and Kashina are now dead, but on Kakashi's last birthday, Kashina had sent a roll of seal to Kakashi, but Kakashi didn't have much interest in seals at the time, so he haven't seen it yet. Finally, with Sandaime Hokage's help on Kakashi, the seal may be a bit of a hassle, but there must be 1 or 2 seals that are enough to seal Sharingan. I believe that the Sandaime are willing to help. But it is kind of troublesome. After all, in order to keep Sharingan, Minato-sensei and Sandaime need to help him from the pressure of Uchiha clan. For now, let's take a look at the scroll that Kushina-san and father left behind to see if there was any suitable seal. Kakashi secretly thought. First he takes a look at the scroll that Kushina gave. After a while Kakashi sighed relief and said, "This seal is really complicated. If there is no foundation knowledge, I am afraid that I won't be able to understand anything about seals." Unfortunately, the scroll given by Kushina-san is just the foundation knowledge of the seal. There are also some practical seals. Although it is very rare, there is no seal that is able to seal Sharingan. Kakashi thought for a moment then said, "It seems that there is no suitable seal in this scroll, so I can only see if there was any suitable seal in the scroll left by father." Chapter 3 Development Plan. Kakashi then go to backyard and after that go to his father room. This place is his father's study room, at the same time is also the secret room of Hatake clan home. He got to the underground room of his Hatake clan home. Under the dim light, there are four tiles with name on it, and the last one is Kakashi's father, Sakamo, known as Konoha White Fang, that is called stronger than even the legendary Sannin. Next to that is a place where all of ninjutsu that Hatake clan collected stored. Kakashi bowed respectfully to the tile, and then he walked to the side wall next to him, kneeling down. Kakashi used a hand seal and said, "Kai." There is a big hole in the originally flattened area, with ladder to go inside. Kakashi not surprised by this. In the memory of the original, this is the storage room of his Hatake clan. Kakashi without the slightest hesitation then go there. After he got inside, he light one of the lamp, and what he see is a row of bookcases with thousands of scrolls. It's really a lot. The Hatake clan really has some background. It's a shame there is no other clansman, otherwise the clan will be a great clan of Konoha. But still, when his father's still alive the people of other clan respect the Hatake clan. However, after the death of his father, even after Kakashi became a jonin, he's still not old enough and his clan reputation becomes smaller. Looking at it, most of them are 5 elements, among which lightning-style ninjutsu is the most. After all of Hatake clan members have affinity with lighting. In a small corner, a few scrolls were placed alone, and Kakashi see it, and then take it. The side of the scroll was written with the Hatake sword technique. Sword technique. This is the famous technique of his father. Kakashi then opened the scroll to look at it. The Hatake sword technique is not just a simple taijutsu, but actually a taijutsu with lightning release. Kakashi flipped through scroll, but the original body had also read it many times. After getting the Sharingan, the original gave up the sword technique and didn't continue to practice it. The reason is very simple. Hatake sword technique if trained to later stage will require huge chakra consumption to make it strong. It is also easy to break the mountain if trained. But because of Sharingan, Kakashi's chakra reserve was not only restricted, but even the growing speed became extremely slow. Right now actually is the best time for Kakashi to develop and his chakra reserves should be growing fast too, but because of Sharingan, the speed of this growth have become very slow. Kakashi looked through the scroll carefully. After that he smiled and said, "How can I not learn this formidable taijutsu?" Kakashi clenched his fist and his mind was more determined to find the seal of Sharingan. Kakashi wants to seal his Sharingan, but he does not to completely seal it, but to lift its restrictions of using chakra anytime. It is almost 2 years after he gets Sharingan. Kakashi has been very skilled in using his 3 Tomoe's Sharingan. Only his Mangekyo Sharingan left, although Kakashi has opened his eyes at the same time as Obito, but Kakashi's spiritual energy is still not strong enough to use it. He has already knows about it when his memory merged with the original. The fusion of the two souls is not yet complete. When it is truly fully integrated, Kakashi's spiritual energy will grow at least twice. At the same time, he would be able to use Mangekyo, but the side effects of this still make Kakashi somewhat discouraged. All in all, Sharingan can be used as a trump card, but he can't be too dependent on it. The first thing to do is to seal the Sharingan, so that his strength will be able to grow by a large margin. At that time, maybe he can perfectly control the Sharingan. In fact, in Kakashi's mind, there is still the idea of evolution of Sharingan. Mangekyo Sharingan is still not enough, it will also affect his vision, and can only be used sparingly. The next step of Mangekyo is the eternal Mangekyo, but it needs the brother's eye, or a close relative to succeed, at least in the original work. In this regard, Kakashi does not think so. Eternal Mangekyo using brother's eye or close relative is one of the ways, but it doesn't mean the only way. In Kakashi's view, a Sharingan can't complete its evolution because spiritual energy of the user is not enough. When the using brother's eye, their spiritual energy merges so their power increase. It is the reason why its evolution is completed. This is why it is necessary to have between brothers or close relatives, because only the spiritual energy between close relatives can be merged. Kakashi doesn't need it because now with the fusion of the two souls, Kakashi will have a huge amount of spiritual energy. Also right now, Kakashi only needs to train his Sharingan, which is much less demanding in consuming spiritual energy. Therefore, as long as Kakashi's spiritual force is strong enough, the eternal Mangekyo may not be impossible. Of course, it is just his hypothesis and it still needs to be explored slowly to uncover the truth. As for the last evolution, Rinnegan, Kakashi can only hope to use Senjutsu to create it. As a member of Konoha, Kakashi is naturally unable to steal the Hashirama's cell. But if he got caught stealing it, he will be labeled as traitor. There's no way he wanted that. At least, it is too dangerous right now because he does not have absolute strength. Rinnegan is the Eye of Sage, Sennin, a combination of Sharingan and Sage, Sennin, which means that it is possible to have Sharingan and Senjutsu. As long as he developed Senjutsu to a certain extent, maybe it's possible. Kakashi doesn't know if this will succeed or not, but it's really worth a try. Even if you don't succeed, learning Senjutsu is a good improvement for his own strength. As for where to learn, maybe he should to go to the Three Great Holy Land. Whether it is Senjutsu or Sharingan, he need a huge chakra reserve, so the most important thing now is increasing his chakra reserve. For the moment, Kakashi thought so much. For the current Kakashi, his Sharingan still does more harm than good. By the time Kakashi has grown to a certain extent, Sharingan's ability will really come in handy. Chapter 4 Fuinjutsu. After reading the sword technique, Kakashi takes it. This technique is important to him. Turning around, Kakashi looked at the other corner, which was full of dust, but it was written with two words that made Kakashi happy. Sealing technique. After sweeping the dust off, he see 3 scrolls neatly placed on the bookcase. Kakashi picked up the first scroll and his pupil shrank. He exclaimed, 4 symbols seal. How is this possible? Kakashi is surprised. The 4 symbols seal, which is the seal of the Uzumaki clan, how could it appear here? Is Kakashi a descendant of the Uzumaki clan? Is it White Fang's wife that never appeared in original work? How come? If Kakashi is really a descendant of the Uzumaki clan, his chakra reserve should be huge. Even if it is restricted by Sharingan, it should not be like this. How can this be? Or maybe it is because that Kakashi does not inherit the Uzumaki clan's talent? Kakashi shook his head, and he is feeling confused for a moment. In original Kakashi's memory, he has never seen his mother, and his father never mentioned her. Is she really an Uzumaki? No one in the village has ever seen Kakashi's mother, not even third Hokage. Kakashi only knows that when father was young, he went out to perform a mission. he was seriously injured and returned only a year later, and he bring baby Kakashi back with him. At that time, it seemed that Uzumaki cure was destroyed. Kakashi then thought, is this coincidence? For a time, it seems that there are thousands of thoughts floating in the Kakashi's mind. In the original work, after Kakashi died in the hands of pain, he met with father. He should be dead at that time. Otherwise, how could he resurrected by Nagato's outer path, some sort of heavenly life technique? Why his father's able to talk to Kakashi after decades of death? This feeling, it is the same when Minato was sealing his chakra to Naruto. That's it. White Fang also sealed his chakra on Kakashi. No, not chakra, it's soul. Kakashi was shocked and suddenly remembered that the final battle was a summoning of a group of dead strong shinobi. Except for Jiraiya because there is no corpse, and the Hokage's soul was sealed by the dead demon-consuming seal. If all strong shinobi is summoned, why was White Fang not included? Did Kabuto forget? That is unlikely. After all, the reputation of White Fang is better than Sannin. So the only explanation is that his father is likely to be sealed by a seal similar to the dead demon-consuming seal. Kabuto must have tried to summon him and failed. After meeting Kakashi, the seal of the White Fang soul was released, but Kabuto never make a second attempt, so White Fang didn't appear. This may be why Kabuto did not summon White Fang. As for why the White Fang seals his soul on Kakashi, it is likely to give Kakashi a second life. Kakashi can only see White Fang when he dies. It doesn't make sense to meet at this time, unless the White Fang can make Kakashi resurrect. In the original work, the White Fang see Kakashi dead, calmly and slowly talk about a lot of things until Kakashi resurrection, then White Fang are not surprised. Obviously, he knows that there is resurrection, but did not expect that others have made this resurrection, but that around the light of Kakashi, White Fang know the light of resurrection. White Fang committed suicide. For young Kakashi, he will be somewhat uneasy. This is a normal idea for a father. It is not impossible to use this seal to protect Kakashi's life. Kakashi's eyes shined, and many doubts seemed to be completely solved. The four symbols seal on scroll also made Kakashi feel a bit intimate. Taking a deep breath, Kakashi let himself to calm down as much as possible. Since there is a four symbols seal, naturally there is no need to worry about Sharingan's problems. Even the Kakuzu can be sealed, and how can it not seal a Sharingan? The four symbols seal is not the dead demon-consuming seal, and does not require soul sacrifice. In this way, his first step has been completed. It is impossible for a four symbols seal to be completed overnight. It needs to be studied slowly. Kakashi wrote down the four symbols seal and then destroyed it. The existence of the scroll is a big hidden danger. Kakashi can't explain it. If it is discovered by others, it will cause a big trouble. In the future, if Kakashi is found using the seal, he can say that it is Yondaime Hokage who teach him that, but the scroll seems to have decades of history and cannot be explained at all, so it can only be destroyed. Kakashi chose some lightning styles and left the basement. Lying in bed, Kakashi slowly sorted out his thoughts. The souls of the two are slowly merging. According to the speed, Kakashi estimates that it will take another month to complete the fusion. At that time, Kakashi's spiritual force will show an explosive growth. Although I suspect that I am a descendant of the Uzumaki clan, I do not have the kind of chakra that is against the sky. There is still a big doubt about his speculation. Kakashi thought. A woman who can get White Fang to fall in love is not necessarily an ordinary woman. Kakashi can only put aside his own identity for now. He still have to find ways to increase his chakra reserve. In terms of spiritual force, Kakashi can only let it. As time goes by, his spiritual force will naturally grow. Now the integration of soul makes Kakashi's spiritual force grow faster, so he don't need to worry about it for the time being. The rest is the quality of the body. Chakra is a fusion of energy in his body and spiritual force, so what can be improved now is the quality of the body. In terms of the quality of the body, he knows that no one can compare with Guy, who has opened 8 doors in the later period. Even when he almost never uses chakra, Guy is still one of the best shinobi in Naruto world. He got stronger because of his talent to never giving up. If he can practice the taijutsu with Guy, he will definitely improve. After that he decides that tomorrow he will start practice the taijutsu with Guy. In the relationship between Kakashi and Guy, this is no difficulty. Maybe Guy will compete with Kakashi for more training. With 2 people training together, the effect is often much better than the practice alone. The reason is very simple, because if there is 2 people, they will usually never want to be left behind. So they will try to overcome the limit. Especially with Guy and Kakashi, they are best friend but also rival. Chapter 5 Training. It was just dawn, but Kakashi had already got up. With black clothes, the headband covers the left eye, and the black mask covers his handsome face. Looking at the white sword at the bedside, Kakashi thought about it. The white fang sword broke in the battle of the Kanabi Bridge, but Kakashi never fixed it. The reborn Kakashi is not used to using short sword. He needs the sword to be a long sword, because Hatake clan sword technique can also be used with a long sword. In the future, I need to go to the land of craftsmen to fix or recreate the white sword. The white short sword is also made of metal that can conduct chakra. Kakashi got up and walked towards Guy's home. When Kakashi walked to Guy's door, the door just opened. Guy saw Kakashi, obviously stunned. Usually Kakashi are hiding from him, but today he actually took the initiative to go to his home. Although I don't know why, Guy is still very enthusiastic. "Hey, Kakashi, you got up so early." "Sure enough, it's youth. I have to get up at 5 o'clock tomorrow," said Guy as he clenched the fist, his eyes filled with passionate flame. Kakashi speechless after seeing this. Although he has seen it from anime before, it still makes him speechless. "Guy, let's practice today." "Hey, Kakashi, you actually took the initiative to find me practice. This is the enthusiasm of youth. Come on, let's first try to run the 200 circle around the village." After Guy finished, he didn't wait for Kakashi to answer and he started running by himself. Kakashi is helpless, but since it is to practice with Guy, there is no reason to refuse it. Guy ran very fast, but Kakashi did not go slow either. The two started the morning run around the outskirts of Konoha village. "Hey, Kakashi, why are you so slow? If it is like this, I will win." I won't lose to you, Guy," Kakashi said, and he quickly followed Guy's footsteps, and the two went hand in hand. "Is this Kakashi's strength? I can't lose, this is youth," said Guy as he speeded up again. Kakashi is not willing to lose, so he started going faster too. After 2 hours, Kakashi and Guy stopped at the 7th training ground. Kakashi was sweating all over, and he felt really tired. Although Guy is also sweating, he can still stand up. Ha! You are really my rival, Kakashi. Even at the morning training, we are tied. Then let's do 1,000 push-ups together." Guy gasped and finished, and did not stop for a moment, then he started push-up on the ground. Kakashi couldn't help but smiled wryly and thought, "Guy's energy is really terrifying. I am afraid that this kind of training is the thing that can make Guy open the 8th gate and be able to fight against Madara with 6-path power. 8th gate at the expense of life, that kind of power, is kind of scary." Even with such thought, Kakashi didn't stop. Although his body was already felt very heavy, he still kept pressing his own stamina. At this time, Kakashi has already been surpassed by Guy in taijutsu. The 2 years of ruin have made Kakashi's strength progress slowly. At this time, it is necessary to make up for it. Formidable's body quality can make a huge chakra reserve, so no matter how tired he is, Kakashi must stick to it, otherwise, he will never get stronger. Since I came to this world, how could I not do something? With sweat continually ran down his cheeks, Kakashi's breathing became more and more haggard, and his body felt like it would explode. In order to achieve the best practice, Kakashi does not use chakra, but the simplest stamina exercise. Hey, Kakashi, you are so amazing, now I have to do 1000 kicks. Guy snarled. Kakashi did not respond, and the Kakashi consciousness is gradually blurred because he tries to transcend the physical limit, but his body keeps doing push-ups at the same frequency. At this point, Kakashi seems to be in the feel that the chakra with his body constantly rushes into the muscle tissue, supplementing the consumption of stamina. After a long time, Kakashi finally exhausted and dropped down to the ground. Kakashi, what's wrong with you? Guy hurried forward and asked. At this point Kakashi has faint because his stamina is running out. Kakashi, who was just possessed the body has not yet fully adapted to it and his soul has not been fully integrated. He still can't stand this kind of high-strength training, so after a while he faints. Guy saw that Kakashi still hasn't wake up. So he was in a hurry and had to carry Kakashi back to the hospital in Konoha. You guys are crazy. Even training needs to be regulated. Now you bring him to hospital after that training? Konoha Hospital, a old guy wearing doctor clothes is facing Guy. Let Kakashi take a break at the hospital. I will check to see if there are any other problems. The old man said to Guy, and told his assistant to bring Kakashi into the treatment room. Guy had to stay outside and wait for Kakashi to come out. At this time, Guy naturally has no mood to practice again. Kakashi groaned, finally woke up, looking at the strange ceiling in front of him. Kakashi couldn't help but feel a little unresponsive, turned to look at all around, white sheets, half-open windows. Is this a hospital? Kakashi reacted and knew that he had fainted while practicing. With a bitter smile he thought, it's really bad, the first time practicing and I had to go to the hospital, it seems that I have not adapted to this body. At this time, the door opened. Hey, Kakashi, are you awake? How do you feel? Guy asked with concern. There is no problem, I just feels a little tired. Kakashi, what's wrong with you? How can you faint? I haven't moved for too long. Kakashi, I know that the death of the Yondaime Hokage-sama is a big blow to you, but you can't do this to yourself. You need to feel the youth. Guy held a fist and said excitedly. Hey, I know. Kakashi knows what the problem is, but he can't explain it to him. After all, he is because of the fusion of souls still not completed and that make him still not adapted to his new body. Kakashi, my eternal rival, next time we should train together again, training with you make me feel excited. I will beat you. Guy's eyes exude youthful fight intent. I know, Guy. In the face of energetic Guy, Kakashi was helpless and felt that the body had recovered. Kakashi got out of bed and decided to go home. Kakashi, where are you going? Guy wondered. Of course going back home, the sky is already dark, I don't need to stay at the hospital. Well, if so let's go eat together. Guy said, his stomach sounded at the right time. Kakashi hearing this feel moved, he knows that Guy has waiting all this time for him to wake up without eating anything. Well, let's get some ramen then. Thank you for watching this video. If you like please like, share and subscribe and wait for my next video.